Alright. Okay, we got what we got. We gotta fix our dice. Don't know if we have that yet. Rig gallery. Nope. Oh, so I just have to struggle for a while. A brief respite. Hexport's demise has put a barrier between Darkside and the far spindle. Lane can't follow, so for now you are safe. Okay. So Lane cannot chase us out here just yet. And I get to explore for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cycles. This is Bay, struggling repair business. Okay, something good will happen after 4. Repairing the rig. The rig is mostly patched up, but Bliss wants a few more cycles to run final tweaks and diagnostics. The Underhang, growing shantytown. Help the residents. Underhang residents couldn't afford to rent further up, so they came here to build their own units. They are always in need of repair work. Wonder the Underhang. The Underhang grew organically, unit after unit built onto each other by refugees and new residents. This makes a tough place to explore. Okay. And this will do the life beneath. Many residents of the Far Spindle live in the ramshackle Underhang. It's not an easy place to learn to navigate. Okay. I wonder if I can get stress from failing stuff out here. Explore the core. What is this? Spindle core. Bustling Spacer Commons. Explore the core. From wide transit tunnels to labyrinth corridors, all the passages of the spindle seem to pass through the core. Labyrinthine. Spacer crews are a constant presence in the core. If you want tips on crew and contracts, you might as well ask them. Okay. Spindle core. The core of the spindle is where crews and freelancers mix, travelers rest, and resupply. Business gets done. Pinnacle docks, massive freight interchange. Let's go higher. Roam the docks. Looking around the Pinnacle docks without getting in someone's way is hard. It takes fortitude to explore among the chaos. Study the manifest. With so much freight flying around, it seems safer to cozy up with a terminal and study the manifest to learn this place. Pinnacle Explorer. The Pinnacle docks are vast and filled with freight haulers and stevedores. This is not an easy place to wander. Okay. I wonder where first. One second, I'm gonna close my window or blinds. Little bit of glare in my eyes. Oh, still kind of there. Okay. Alright, I'm not feeling good at all. I feel like after this I'll be able to repair. Most likely. And we are about that survival, so maybe I'll get work up here. Okay, danger though. Maybe I try and find something easy to conquer. I'll probably do this. That is such a bad dice, man. I have to use them now. Ah, it worked. Lucky. This one definitely won't. Oh! Let's check the new location. Nemba's Kitchen, Refugee Canteen. Earn a meal. Nemba's Kitchen serves those that can't work in the underhang, but able-bodied visitors like you have to work a kitchen shift to get to eat. Fair trade, fair trade. Oh man, my character is so rough. You know what, glitch dice is... I should use them on these double minuses. I don't need to eat yet. Okay, let's do it. What's this? Don't know if I read this. You do maintenance on a public water main, and as you do, you pick up a few tips from those that gather to give advice. It's always working. I wonder if it's working even when I fail. You go door to door offering repairs, but all you get are suspicious looks and a tiring tour of the units. New place, Spindle's Edge, improvised residential block. Seal and shift. Most of the fast spindle workers don't like going out to seal up their new units, so they leave that tiring and dangerous work for outsiders. And I'm kinda good at this here. My time to shine. 2 points, I can't use that on anything really. Man, I can't. Intuitive. Alright. Let's rest. What do I need? Cryo. Nice. This is a really good day. I think I should go to the kitchen, you know? And I'm gonna throw this in here. You annoy one of the chefs and they saddle you loading the auto wash. By the time you're done, there isn't much food left. Ooh. What? Let me use these dice first. The underhang. Let's finish this. Yep, you have gotten to know the community that have settled in the underhang and their humble neighborhood. Your location, scrapper ship, traveling scrap dealers. Nice. The scrappers know their business, but they often have sorting and processing work for those who can spot corroded trash from valuable scrap. Buy scrap components, nice. Process raw scrap, what does this do? The scrappers will process your scrap in bulk, pay you for the offcuts, nice, and return you the processed flakes. It's not a bad deal. Wait, processed plates. The processed materials are sent over to your ship. You hope the result is worth something. Processed scrap, cut and wrapped scrap plating, ready for exchange. Okay. I'm gonna buy 2 of these and do that one more time. The scrap components are bundled up in nets, most of them corroded beyond use, but with a careful eye, some good ones can be picked out. You pick out some good, how much do I have? Scrap components, oh, it's not raw scrap, there's so many different things. Scrap components, okay. You pick out some good, clean, useful looking components and hand over the cryo. Let's do it one more time. Okay. And we'll be back for that shift. We'll be back. I kind of want to test that out. When did I get 2 energy? God, intuitive, man. Chat to crews, let's do this. We need to get a feel for the place before we commit to anything. You ask around about crew and contracts and follow a few promising leads. You are starting to make progress. Yep. Spindle Trade Hall. Alright, we know what that is. Don't need that because we are prepared. I need to rest. Gonna starve. I think I'll use one supply. Rig gallery, change that. I should sleep first though, right? Let's do up job first and cycle. What? These dice are amazing. The rig. You awake to the sound of blaring proximity alarms. You quickly unstrap from your bunk and dizzily glance around. Lane? Bounty hunters? You kick off and glide to the door. As you do, Bliss pops their head around the corner. Sorry. They look a little sheepish. In all honesty, it's not my fault. Your wiring's all backward. It takes you a moment to understand what's happening. You steady yourself against the doorframe. Seriously, Bliss? Not cool. Sorry, I'm just a little jumpy. I get it. Bliss looks down. Didn't mean to wake you. It takes you a while to get ready and drift down to the mess to see what's happening. By then, Bliss has turned off the alarms. You find them unspooling wires from a hatch you'd never previously noticed in the mess's ceiling. Sorry again, sleeper. Their voice comes through the ceiling panels, muffled and dull. You settle at a stool, neatly tucking your legs behind the crossbar. How are the repairs coming? Bliss spins deftly, hooking their legs into the open ceiling so that, from your perspective, they are hanging upside down. Almost done, if you can believe it. Their messy hair floats around their head. A couple of cycles worth of diagnostics, and I'll be happy enough to release her back to you. A yawning Seraphim drifts in. He looks between the two of you, amused. What are you both doing up so early? You and Bliss exchange amused looks. What? Seraphim asks. You didn't hear the alarm? He shrugs. Heavy sleeper. He drifts over to the mess's cupboards to hunt for some breakfast. You turn back to Bliss, but they have disappeared back into the ceiling panels. Before long, the mess is filled with the shrill screech of a power tool. Seraphim looks totally unaffected and hooks himself onto a stool, lazily sucking at a ration pouch while he taps away at his slate. The screech finally stops. After a while, you kick off from your stool. Time to head out. Bliss rushes after you, stopping you in the passageway before you can leave. I have something I want to show you. Bliss leads you off the main corridor into a corner of the ship you don't remember visiting before. You come into a room with low, sloped ceilings, a single round window illuminating some neat tool storage, and a workbench set into the wall. Look, Bliss begins. I'm no specialist, but I'm a quick learner and good at repairs. They smile, and I think you have need of me. They glance at you, at a tear in the thick vinyl skin of your arm. Can I take a look? Okay. They smile and lead you towards the workbench. So we're definitely not the same guy from Citizen Sleeper, the first one, or Bliss would recognize us. I was kind of wondering that. I think. They smile and lead you towards the workbench. They turn your arm, looking at the tear from all angles. They reach over to the workbench and take a small sealant gun from the rack. You look at the setup. It's basic, but it looks clean and well organized. You gently close the tear with sealant, pressing the edges together so it closes up neatly. After they are done, they release your arm and you can barely see the scar. Bliss admires their work. See? They smile. I know it's more serious than a tear. Bliss folds their arm, but I can handle it. They turn and search through a set of metal drawers for a moment. Here, they produce a couple of carefully machined, pristine components. We're saving these for an important job, they wink. I guess I just found it. Bliss pushes the components into your hands. Take them. When you are ready, come up here and we'll fix you up. These are a rare find though. In the future, you might have to make do with something. lower quality, they wince. You can find scrap components at most scrapper ships, like that one that's hanging around the underhang. The better the components, the easier they'll integrate with your system. Wrist leans on the workbench. I'll do my best to keep you running. I think he just fixed my dice. Why help me? You are a guest in my bay, and I can't have my guests' bodies collapsing now, can I? Plus, I think it benefits me if you think of me as indispensable. Bliss smiles. I should get back to fixing the ship. They leave you in the workshop among the simple tools, considering the particular qualities of your new friend. Rig workshop. Onboard repair bay. Dice repair now available. You can repair your dice at the rig workshop. You can only repair dice which are fully broken. Repairs require either scrap components or rare components. The better components you use, the less glitches you will suffer. You cannot repair dice during a contract. Improvised dice repair. So I have to do this now. Dice repair. Improvised dice repair. If you are desperate, this can make repairs with inferior components, but this will cause many glitches within your frame. So I guess it will raise the glitch bar up if I use this. This will do their best to repair your damage as long as they have the components. There will be minor glitches. I'll always get glitches. Let's try. Ooh, I see. So they're like, you repair once, but you will feel the negative effects. Like you have to experience that. Cool. I'm cool with that. Guess I have to be. Okay, where else? What was I doing? Gyri? Or Gaia?
Jaya.
Damn, that was loud. Jaya. Hold on a second. Oh, if I can, probably not. Cool. Let's see. Can I? Here we go. Oh.
Jaya.
There we go. Keep this open. Jaya. A circular pattern of ocean currents. Flows of water in a particular direction. Okay. Gaia's Jaya. Kelp-centric bar. Order. I do need something to eat. Order a rack. Rack is a seaweed-based liquor with a powerful saline taste. Gaia's Jaya has a reputation for serving it neat and strong. We need to see how much it will do. One? Yeah, it makes sense. Energy getting racked. Getting racked. The freelancers of the Far Spindle seem cagey, but spend enough time at the local bar and they'll warm to you. Buy kelp cakes. Oh, did I? Oh, I didn't read this. Rather than dulling your senses, The rack heightens them. Your frame buzzes as it struggles to metabolize the drink. By kelp cakes, a huge cylindrical kelp tank sits at the center of Gaia's Gaia. Gaia's Gaia. It's the source of the key ingredient for the canteen's food. Woo! 4. Yeah, that's a deal. Yep, get a meal and a drink. Makes sense. I should just do this now. Bar spindle. A strip of chaos in the void. The far spindle is an exhausting place to find freelancers. There is no shortage of spaces here. The corridors and bays throng with crew inbound and outbound, or between contracts, trading stories, contacts, and materials. But whatever language, appearance, or code identifies someone as worth signing on with, you don't seem to have it. Perhaps it is because you are a new face, or are noticeably unsure, or perhaps it is just because you are a sleeper. You push the thought to the back of your mind, and instead focus on what's in front of you, the vast cylindrical tank at the center of Gaia's Gaia. The first time you entered the bar, you floated open-mouthed, much like all the new arrivals do, at the sight of the huge kelp stack, the biggest you have ever seen. Even now, your eyes fixed on the fronds of seaweed that wave in the circulating water. Beyond the curve of dirty glass, you find it impressive. You take a sip of the harsh, saline-scented rack from its magnetic vessel, secured to the bar. As you suck on a straw, your eyes following the shifting fronds, you hear someone clearing their throat beside you at the bar. Eugen. Ambitious freelancer. I bet he's gonna be a potential crew member then. Hypnotic, isn't it? The voice is low and rumbling and comes from the large figure on the stool next to you. The fluorescent lights behind the bar glint in his eyes, shining up into his wide, rough face. I've heard talk you're hiring. The figure turns to face you. You don't recognize him, but in the shifting light of Gaia's Gaia, that isn't surprising. From who? He shrugs and looks around the bar. Sleepers tend to draw attention. You follow his eyes around the bar and notice a couple of the patrons are eyeing you. Eugen, currently freelance. He turns on his stool and leans back a little. The effect is clearly meant to impress on you his size, and you have to admit it works. What did he do? He turns on his stool and leans back a little, I see. The effect is clearly meant to impress on you his size. Okay. Served on a whole slate of crews out of the spindle. Cutters, mercs, extractors. He smiles and places a broad hand on his chest. Broad skill set, good work ethic, sense of humor, the full package. Humble too. He clucks with his tongue, smiling. I like you already. We're going to get on. I'll run anything out of the far spindle. I'm tough and quiet, and you won't need to worry about me. He folds his arms across his chest. What kind of work are we talking about? Before you can answer, a voice echoes out from behind you. Eugen! You look over your shoulder for the source of the shout. Busy as ever, I see. Vesna, cold and hardened captain, Skylar's Dihi. A group of free spaces drift up behind you, one of them placing a heavy hand on your shoulder. She is filled with metal optical. Wait, what? She? Wait. Vesna, okay. She is fitted with metal optical implants, and you cannot see her eyes. The caustic light from the tank plays across her face. What else, a dude? Too busy to keep in touch? She sighs. I really don't like it when I have to come find you. Vesna, Eugen nods politely at her, not betraying any strong reaction. Do I look like I am socializing? He shakes his head. This is a meeting. Oh, a meeting. Vesna squeezes your shoulder. Is that what this is? Yes, Vesna. We are talking about your delivery. In fact, Eugen smiles widely. My friend here is being very helpful. He shoots you a knowing glance. That's right. Vesna turns to you with a raised eyebrow, but before she can speak, Eugen cuts in. She's got a gun, dude, don't mess with her. This lever has a unique ability to extract data. Eugen smiles at Vesna. Exactly the kind of data you have been asking for. So, if we can just get back to it, Eugen gestures towards you, then I can deliver what you need. You know, Eugen, I am pretty tired of this whole act. She gestures dismissively at him. But in the end, it doesn't matter. She drops her hand from your shoulder to her belt. Your eyes follow it down, and you see a dark boxy shape there. A weapon. You either deliver by the deadline, or you don't. And when you don't, she smiles tightly. I'll be happy to take you through the consequences. Until then, she shoots you a final glance. Chat to whoever the hell you want. Vesna and the two spacers flanking her glide out of the bar, and Eugen watches them go with little emotion. So, Eugen's smile returns. You were about to hire me. What was that? Vesna? He shrugs. She's just trying to rush me, that's all. I won't be working with her again. He pauses, choosing his words carefully. Of course, I can't talk about the particulars. You understand. Vesna just wants to scare you off. She likes to cause me trouble. Eugen looks away, out of the door, out of the bar. Let's not let her. He pauses in silence for a moment, still looking away. You try to get a read on him, but his face is blank. Only his glittering eyes hint at some rapid internal activity. He turns back to you and meets your eye, a sudden shift in his manner obvious. If you need crew, you need to work. If you need to work, you need cryo. Is that right? He doesn't stop for your answer. Well, I can offer both. Hard work and a good contract with a good payout. You take me with you on this job of mine, and we'll split the take. He looks down, thinking. Hell, if you do, I'll consider signing on long term. He smiles. Think of that. No more recruiting. What's the job? Salvage, he leans in. I know of a wreck untouched by the local crews, which recently turned up in the wash. It's just a little sunward. It's just a little sunward from here, sunward. But its disabled transponder makes it invisible to anyone who doesn't know it's there. Had to squeeze the location out of a contact, but I'll share it with you for a straight split. Take me and your crew and we'll claim it all. It's going to be a good payout, he winks. A really good one. What's the catch? Eugen frowns. No catch. He leans back and looks around the bar. Happy to take the offer elsewhere. I just felt like you were the right captain for this one. I'll be ready to go whenever you like. Eugen pauses. As a show of good faith, I'll also fly out with you on any job from the fast spindle, but I'm not leaving the station with you yet. Not until we get my job done first. After that, we can talk, fly in together. No need to rush into it. He shakes your hand firmly, his palm rough and pitted, then turns back to his drink. You slip out of the bar looking to see if Vesna is nearby. You don't spot her among the passing crews, but you can't help but imagine eyes on you in the bar. You shake it off, having become familiar with the feeling of being observed. What matters is you have found yourself a crew member and a contract. Whether either will come good, however, remains to be seen. Ooh, new local crew, new contract, new drive, minor drive, complete. I got 4 points. And I'm tired. I'm tired of being double minus on interface. Oh, it got rid of both of them. I didn't understand that. I like it. I might just go for this one next to get double plus. I see, so you're saying like 0, you get 1 plus, you get 2 pluses here. Yeah, I might go double plus here just so I can get, like, whenever I see Endure, I'll feel really good. Next. Guys, Geyer. So we know how to pay for energy, don't have to use supplies. Fuel, huge. Where do I do this? Trade hall. We want big boy fuel. Yeah. Alright, so now I can do anything like a normal game. This is good. I don't know why I would do that. We'll test this stuff later. Okay, get to do this one time. You have an understanding of the core's layout now, but you are also totally exhausted. Time for a rest. Okay, the core of the spindle is where crews and freelancers mix, travelers rest and resupply, and business gets done. The fast spindle. The fast spindle lives up to its name, its tool stature, making it a real effort to travel from end to end. The local solution to this problem are the transit tunnels. Massive tubes bolted onto the outside of the spindle that allow for rapid passage from bottom to top. As you find yourself in one of these cavernous passages, bulky cargo haulers rushing by, you start to wonder if braving them is worth the effort. Back up! The shout rattles down the bare transit corridor like a gunshot and is rapidly followed by a crunching impact. You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of the wide... Wait, someone hit me? You spin back, pushing yourself against the side of the wide cylindrical passage. As you do, a hauler glides past, sending a rippling wave of air across you as push you in its wake, so someone saved me. Sending a rippling wave there across you. I see. Who's this? KD? Can't see it, man. Cadet? Maybe? Cadet? Spiky air bike courier. When the roar subsides, you hear a string of exemplatives coming from nearby. A spiky looking figure. Spiky looking figure, clutching some oddly shaped open frame object, gestures wildly at the vehicle as it glides away. Dickhead. She spits an impressive glob of saliva down the tunnel, and it spirals in 0G. She turns to you in her anger. You see that? Tried to slam me into the wall. Total dickhead. She nods firmly. No shit. Ballers hate us. She sniffs and looks you up and down. Not supposed to be in the transit system without a vehicle. She squints. Not like I care. But maybe you do? Right, sorry. Like I said, don't care. She rolls one of her shoulders, stretching it out. You're new here, right? Yes. She shrugs sympathetically. Figures. Let me give you a tip. She begins checking her open frame vehicle, tightening bolts and untangling pipes. Avoid the haulers. Dickheads, the lot of them. Especially the water haulers. They think they're better than anyone. Don't mess with the stevedores, though. They're good people. Get treated like shit by everyone else, just like us. She rapidly plugs and unplugs a series of connectors. They'll show you the shortcuts. She looks up, and never ever get in a spindlejack's way. She smiles, spinning the vehicle in her hand. Spindlejack? She thumps her chest. You're looking at one. She pauses, considering something, and suddenly she reaches into one of her many pockets and pulls out a small transparent rectangle punched with holes. Text glints within it, reading, Cadet, Stripline Express. You take it. Cadet, she flexes proudly. That's me. Stripline is my outfit. Kamal's the dispatcher. Small outfit, but we punch above our weight. Dispatch is here in the spindle's core, but I run the transit tunnels up and down the spindle 10 times a cycle. You need anything moving on the spindle? Data, tech, messages too hot for the hardline? Come find me. You're a courier. Got it in one. She kicks off the wall and mounts her bike, triggering a small burst of compressed air to keep herself steady in the transit passage. You hear a buzz of distorted speech from what you assume is her dispatcher. Cadet angles her head to her communicator and mutters back into it. Got a hop, sleeper. She looks over at you, and something flickers in her eyes. An idea? Or perhaps just a realization. You might be able to help with something. Package that's been bothering me. She squints down the passage. Come to the office at Stripline in a few cycles and I'll show you. Sure. We'll call it a favor on account of me saving you from being flattened by a hola. She winks. Now, you better get out of here before another hola tries to squish you. Squish you. You step back as she twists the handlebars and a burst of air sends her flying down the transit corridor at an unsettled speed. You watch her go, slightly caught off guard by her final remarks. What would a courier need you for? You turn the idea over in your head as you find a way out of the transit corridor, back to the safety of the main course. What I'm wondering is when I go on a contract and I rest, does it move this cycle too, because I think it does. I think that's what happened before. Stripline Express, grungy airbike courier. Cadet's complication. Cadet mentioned needing help with something, but you are still at a loss to know what the courier might want. I should do some of this. Roam the ducks. Looking around the Pinnacle Ducts without getting in someone's way is hard. It takes fortitude to explore among the chaos. You help some stevedores move some cargo, and they pay you back by showing you some shortcuts through the docks. I see. Woo! 1 upgrade point. You feel like you have a good sense of the key locations in the Pinnacle Ducts. Spindle. As you glide through the Pinnacle Ducts. The Pinnacle Ducts. You hear shouting echoing down a corridor. You tentatively change direction, your eyes fixed ahead as the passage widens out into a large bay. Others rush past you, heading towards the commotion. Your eyes are drawn by the bay's vast viewing window, which is currently being spattered with glittering shards of ice. In front of it, a dock worker is shouting to anyone who will listen. Spacers, workers of the far spindle, we need your urgent assistance. The water carrier Springtide has suffered heavy damage in its transit from Wellspring. He takes a breath. All able hands, we need you to help secure the cargo. Without this water, Far Spindle will struggle to support you. He looks desperately at the crowd. Please, any who are able to help, please make yourself known. Behind him, a corona of ice ejects from one of the tanks, drawing a pale halo around the ship. A handful of experienced-looking spacers push through the crowd towards the front, and dock workers start to direct them to nearby bridges. You watch the scene unfold, hesitant in the face of making someone else's problem your own. We'll help them for sure. This looks serious. The Springtide's precious cargo of water is being lost cycle by cycle. Without it, the Fast Spindle could be in trouble. Repair the leaks. The Springtide crew and Spindle dock workers are desperately appealing for any qualified bodies to help them plug the ship's leaks. Reroute the flow. A tech team from the Dock Authority are working to reroute the flow of Springtide's water, saving as much as possible from leaking out into space. Saving Springtide. Damaged in transit, the Springtide now needs desperate action to save it and its cargo before it's too late. We definitely help. And then... what's this? Venture bar shift. Only vouched for members can gamble on the venture, but bar shifts are easy to come by, mostly because they pay in tips and a little more. We'll figure out that gambling stuff later. Interpret signals. What is this? The signal station searches for signals in the Fast Spindle's local region. Sorting them is too much work for just the crew. Align arrays. The signal station makes use of the network of arrays across the Fast Spindle. Synchronizing them is specialist work. Wonder if I need to do both at least once. Am I good here? I'm good here. Let's do this. Ooh, this is gonna be quick. You instruct one of the crew to use a hull plate to shield you from the ice while you work, and you get the leak sealed fast. Nice at the game, I'm nice. I just need to rest. So how does this work again? Oh yeah, scrap. Bunks. Rest and recover. Reduce stress. Okay. In cycle. So I should not experience much glitches, or the glitches should go. Ah, they gave me one. You jerk, suddenly awake. Okay, cool. The rig. A fragment is lodged in your mind, a shard of sound, of signal, a tone. It resonates like tinnitus, obviously internal. Tinnitus, that ringing thing. Tinnitus? Inescapable. You look down to see your hands blurred, your fingers dancing, as if they were typing. Settle them. Your fingers flap like caught birds. What's going on? It takes all your focus to settle them. You force yourself back into them. A sensation like squeezing on a tight pair of gloves. You flex your hands a little to feel them, test them. What was that? What happened to me? Some kind of signal or vibration hit me or something. You take a deep breath to calm yourself, but as you do, you are reminded that you don't need to breathe. It is a claustrophobic sensation that you cannot shake. You get up, push off the wool, pull on your clothes, anything to escape the dreams that hover it at the back of your mind. Seraphin drifts in casually, heading to his bunk to grab something. You can't shake the strange sensation that he has just drifted into your mind. He shoots you a glance. I said, "Are you okay?" He gives you a concerned look. You look terrible. Not really. You mumble a response. You need to talk to me, sleeper. Seraphin gives you a look. He sighs. I know something happened back when we were leaving Hexfort. What do you mean? I saw it, sleeper. Saw something change in your eyes. He pauses, looking for the right way to explain. They were cold, fixed. I've never seen that before. He looks away. Back when we first met, I knew at once you were human. I knew because of your eyes. I'd never met a sleeper before, but I knew immediately that you were no machine. It was obvious. But then, on the rig, he shivers. I couldn't see that anymore. I don't know what happened. Try to deny it. What did it feel like? He gives you a curious look. I'll try to identify it. Let's do it. Oh! You close your eyes and recall the moment. Immediately you feel your fingers begin to tremble and jerk. You tense against the feeling of an invisible hand closing its grip on your mind. Sleeper? Seraphin's voice interrupts your thoughts. You open your eyes to his concerned face. Are you okay? We need to get you checked up. We need to know what's happening. Seraphin gives you a stubborn stare. This isn't just about you. But where? I've been asking around. Seraphin's face is set with determination now. There's another station near this one. Flotsam. It's a mess. An accumulation of wrecks and docked ships, but it also houses some of the best artificers in the wash. We should go there as soon as the rig is ready. Okay, I'll go. Thank you. Look, he pauses. I know I don't know what it is like to be a sleeper, and I understand there are things you can't tell me, can't show me, but I do know how fear can keep you from doing what you need to do. I'm not going to nag you about it, he says, but it needs to be done. He passes by you as he leaves the bunks, squeezing your shoulder as he does, leaving you to your thoughts. You finish getting dressed, feeling your body, its strangeness, even though you wish you didn't. At the very least, you think, you need to find someone who can stop you falling apart. Maybe Flotsam is not such a bad idea. You push the thought to the back of your mind. There's a cycle ahead, and the rig isn't ready. When it is, then you'll see. So I feel like Lane is Lane's fault. Lane did something to me. So I've got one stress, and I definitely, does this make a cycle go up? No. I think I should do just one here. Yo! That's a good use of a 1 die. Alright. Let's do it. Let's do the best we can here. Boom. Easy. Easy. The spring tide seems stable now, even if a huge amount of water has been lost in the process. Continue. Spindle. You watch from the docking bay's viewing window as the crumpled, vast hull of the springtide is finally welded shut by a score of bright torches flickering against its side. Malik. Everywhere I look, I see a crisis. The voice comes from beside you, and you turn to see a man floating there, watching the repair work. You don't recognize him. I saw you out there, helping the crew. He turns to you with a serious look. They needed it. You aren't wrong, he pauses, watching you carefully. I haven't seen you on the spindle before. What, if I may ask, is your business here? I'm escaping someone. Experienced hard hauler captain, I'm gonna say this. I'm escaping someone. He arches an eyebrow. I'm going to take that as a poor attempt at humor. Springtide is my ship. His face remains impassive. At least, I am her captain. I do not own her. The Lotic Syndicate, my employer, was the one who put her into service. Glad to meet you. He bows his head gently. You have my thanks for assisting with the repairs. We were caught by some autonomous Conway munitions. Really, they got blasted? He looks out at his ship. The Wellspring run is getting more dangerous every cycle. And after Hexford, he pauses. I do not expect things to improve. You both quiet for a moment. The loss of the station still inspiring silence in anyone who mentions it. Tell me, Malik meets your eye. As a sleeper, do you feel you have advantages over others? Or does your particular condition provide only weaknesses? There are many downsides, he nods. Of course, but you are stronger, hardier, more capable than most humans. He gestures towards the springtide. Your work on my ship only evidences your abilities. You far outperformed even my own crew. He looks to you, aligning his head deference in conditions that are usually deadly. Sadly, despite even your good work, our losses have been great, and the administration at the fast spindle are not happy. We are to be impounded here until the Loptic Syndicate fulfills the agreed water freight. He frowns at the crumpled-looking ship. This war continues to pressure the belt. What will you do? This is where you are needed, Sleeper. Malik folds his arms. My crew tells me you have a ship. You have workers. This is what I need. As we fled from the convoy attack, our navigator registered something of great interest. A water-rich asteroid. One I believe is previously unknown to the syndicates. He comes a little closer. For now, I have sworn him to secrecy, as I must to you. But if this asteroid could be surveyed, its value confirmed, it would be more than make up for the shortfall of the springtide. He pauses thoughtfully. So then tell me! Yes. So tell them where it is. How does this involve me? Let him continue. I want you to survey the asteroid for me. It is a simple enough job, but its location, so close to the edge of the wash, is problematic. However, you have shown yourself to be very competent. If you are careful, there is no reason you should have problems with Conway, or any other hostile party for that matter. Hostile party? And what do I get? I will, of course, reimburse you with a portion of the fee the Fast Spindle administration are withholding from me. 250 cryo is my offer. How will your employer feel about that? The Loptic Syndicate only cares that its water is delivered and its fees paid. I am free to make sure this happens in a timely and efficient manner as I see fit. Malik passes you a thumbnail drive. Here are the details on the tests I need you to run for the survey. A sample core of ice from deep within the asteroid should give you enough material to work with. You notice a member of the Springtide's crew waiting quietly at a distance, and Malik nods to them discreetly. This is a delicate matter, Sleeper. Survey the rock, and on your return, broadcast the results to my personal terminal. The frequency is in that data. He pauses, meeting your eye. The results go to me, only to me. And once the matter is resolved, you'll be paid. I am needed. He nods to the crew member. But I expect you have all you need. He pauses. I have enjoyed watching you work, Sleeper. Impress me again. And with that, he bows a little and drifts away to meet his crew member. After watching him go, you turn back to the Springtide, still impressive despite being scared with curls of ice and shiny with fresh welds. You imagine any captain of a ship like that has been through a lot to get where they are. That makes them a valuable ally or a dangerous adversary, depending on where you are. You hope with Malik you can find your way to being the former. So someone else is gonna want the water, and probably, and we're gonna have to turn them down and be like, don't want to get my ass kicked by no Malik. Plan. So something, can we do a contract within 2 cycles? Impossible. But I do think maybe on the last one this day we go and do a contract. Rig undergoing repairs. The rig has been severely damaged. You cannot travel until the repair work is complete. And that is this, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, and this is this person that's gonna give us a contract too. I need a way to make money. Right, I can work at the bar. What's this? I don't know if these guys pay. I feel like throwing the weak dice into this, so I might just get lucky. Ooh, it worked though. New location discovered. Can I do it again? Oh, no point. Let's do it again. Let's see. Alright, where can I eat? Over here. Let's get the cow. Right, no glitches. Full energy. We're good to sleep.